Hey friends! Here's another Let's Get Crafty demonstration video, and this time we are making string art globes. And I have some fairy lights and I really like them, especially as it's getting darker or in the summer out on a nice night, but they're really fragile and I wanted to put them in something. So I'm gonna take this string and turn it from this mess into something gorgeous. So let's get crafty.
For the Let's Get Crafty string art globes, here are the supplies that I used. A balloon the size of the diameter I wanted my globe. Some string or twine, probably 3 to 5 yards. Crochet thread works well. Some glue, either tacky glue or white glue, and then something to spread the glue out with. Sponges and paintbrushes work well. And then a plastic plate. I also used a tablecloth because this gets messy, a pair of scissors, a safety pin, and then something to illuminate the globes, either an LED candle or some fairy lights. First thing I did was clear a spot to work. Then I stretched and inflated my balloon to a sphere shape about the size that I wanted my final globe to be. Once I was happy with the size, I tied off the balloon so that the air could not escape. Next, I took my string and I tied it to the stem of the balloon to keep the end from falling off while I was working. While I tried this project many ways, I found it most useful to coat my balloon in glue. I also here have already unfurled my string. I found that most useful based on how my string was twisted, but for some people who have it on a spool, they might not need that kind of unfurling. Once the balloon was coated in glue, then I layered on my string I started with even spacing and then rotated the balloon around and found spots to fill in. I also continued to add glue from time to time to ensure that the string on top was sticking to the string on bottom. I also rotated my balloon around from time to time to check for bare spots where I had not put enough string. I personally did not want any large gaps, but wanted consistent smaller gaps. It's okay to change direction. When I got to the end, I decided to tuck and glue my end, but I have also found that tying the end works. At this point, I coated the balloon with more glue. I was reminded throughout this process that glue is sticky. I don't mind sticky hands, but if you're someone who does mind sticky hands, I would suggest keeping a set of baby wipes nearby. Using the tacky glue straight out of the bottle works, but thinning glue works better. Once I thought I had coated the globe fairly well, then I thinned out some more glue and rolled the entire globe on my plate. This is the final chance to move or tighten any strings while the glue is still wet. I decided to tie my end here once there was a little more glue on and I knew exactly where I wanted the end to be. Attach the safety pin to the balloon stem. Remember to do this outside of the knot so that you do not pop the balloon. Then I hung up the balloon to dry. Because of the amount of glue that I put on, this took a couple of days. When the globe is dry, I removed the safety pin from the balloon stem and I used the safety pin to pop the balloon. Then I used my fingers and some other tools like my scissors and my paintbrush to remove the balloon in the dried glue. Where I tied the knot to begin with, I needed to cut the stem out there. In other tutorials, I've seen that some people prefer not to do this process of removing all the glue. So instead of coating the entire globe with glue, they coat the string to begin with. The next step is to place the LED candle or the fairy lights into the globe, and I just did that by feeding it through one of the gaps. I really prefer the battery-packed fairy lights or LED candle because then I can illuminate my globe and take it with me wherever I want to use it. There are so many great ways to use these globe lights, and they're conveniently portable, whether it's a night light or out on the deck or in the backyard, as living room decor, on the dining room table as a centerpiece. They hang so well with just another little piece of string.
Well, friends, thanks for joining me for Let's Get Crafty. I know this is not a sit down and complete craft and all-in-one session, but it is totally worth the wait. Here is my final globe. We have been using ours on top of our napkins, so both a centerpiece and a weight. Very simple, very portable, and just a little bit of light, and the globe protects the fairy lights from getting hurt. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a very wonderful and Merry Christmas. See you in 2021.